And we're back.
Hello.
Yeah, boy.
Boy.
I was going to find the air horn noise. I was going to play that, but nah. Wait. Got a good old soundboard.
Professional, is it?
Yeah, here we go. Right back to where we started off.
Alright. Yeah, well, things never change. You start with something good, you change it, things go downhill. You start with something good and you keep it.
What are you on about?
This is like
sequels.
Did you go to the Propeller networking talk the other day?
I did not know.
Nah,
it was like inspirational quote after inspirational quote.
Damn. I saw we got some free marketing though.
We did, yes.
I like that, yeah.
Well, anyway, should we open up our show?
Yeah, hello, welcome to The Room. If you're a first-time listener, this is a film and TV and like whatever we're generally feeling about.
Just any storytelling platform. Mainly film though.
Storytelling platforms, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we talk all things film, TV, etc. 8 till 10 every Thursday. You can tune in and hear us.
We have a banging soundtrack every week.
Yep.
Competition to win something, a prize. So far, all of our friends have won it, so we don't really give them prizes. But if you're not our friend and you guess the right soundtrack from whatever movie we decided that it's going to be, you get a prize.
Sean doesn't know the code. As always, we are hosted by myself, Josh, Tom, Gregor, and normally Jack, who is actually away this week filming a documentary. So we're joined.
Terrible.
Fantastically timed.
Poorly timed.
Nope, just about.
All conspiracy.
Sean Timmins.
Hello.
Let me turn your mic on. Welcome to The Room. And welcome to The Room.
Season 2. We have not.
See what I did there?
Yeah,
that was good, yeah.
Terrific, yeah.
So yeah, well, I guess we're calling this season 2.
We are calling it season 2.
After the award-winning...
The award-winning first season.
That I missed.
Say hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Joy.
Puns everywhere. So we're just going to do a bit of catching up and stuff, I guess. We don't have a general theme for this week, but we will do in the following weeks.
To be honest, what happened to our show that we recorded? Like, did you lose it?
The award-winning special.
No, yeah, the special.
The one that the radio's been out of action for a while, and wow. And so we were getting a bit fed up, and we decided for our 46 Facebook fans that we would create a podcast. Recorded it. It was pretty well, actually. We had a nice setup where we were all facing each other, so we had free-flowing conversation.
I wasn't there, so like...
Gregor wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's why
Liam filled in for I'm going to call you Graham then.
Graham, Jesus.
Not Greg, not Gregory, not Graham.
And it was really good, wasn't it? We did like a summer recap. Blasted it out an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Went home, went to get it off me SD card.
Yeah.
Gone. Must have corrupted, I guess.
Should we just rehash that out then? Like the summer blockbusters
don't know.
that we haven't talked about.
It was so long, that episode.
It was, but...
We start with some news and see how we go, I guess, as always.
First up, do you like laying on little boys?
Are we going to start there? Jesus Christ, welcome to season 2.
Yeah, I feel like this is a topic that you should... Kevin Spacey.
Laying on little boys.
Yes.
Do I personally like laying on little boys?
It was mainly just a conversation opener.
That's record timing. 8 minutes and we're into paedophilia.
Wait, didn't we have that on one of the season 1 episodes?
It was like every season 1.
I think we always circle back to paedophilia somehow.
Yeah.
Right, well, seeing that we're a bit all over the place, should we play one song and then...
So you've introduced... Do you want to do a better job of introducing the competition?
Yeah, so for all of our fans out there, we do a competition where we pick a film each week, which has a banging soundtrack. We play that soundtrack, and you have to comment on our Facebook wall what soundtrack it's from. And then if you win, you get a prize. If you lose, you don't get nothing.
Okay, and Sean has picked the first one. Oh wow, what a ballad!
Probably, you can drag it into the little box there.
I did drag it into the little box.
No, you can set up a playlist there.
Oh yeah, you can, can't you? Should we set up a playlist? We'll do that during this.
Yeah, we'll do. Okay, right. Okay. Apologies, technical difficulties.
So yeah, this, and we're not going to tell them what it is.
No.
Try and guess what this is from. It's a banger. Carry on, Gregor.
What were you saying?
So I was at the Great Northern Film Creative Festival today. I got all nice and early to go do a talk with a guy, I can't even remember his name. He's a Greek producer that also did a bit of directing. And we watched his film, The Visitor, I think it was
Some
called.
cult classic from the 80s.
Yeah.
Cult classic.
It was terrible, like, it was...
Yeah, I heard he walked
Get
out
close
after
to
the
you,
first 10 minutes.
Aye, like...
Yeah, he came in and was just like, this is my film. First time in the UK.
Yeah.
Here you go. And then just dipped.
He survived for about 5 minutes, and those 5 minutes I was biting my tongue because I didn't want to laugh in his face from how bad this film was. Like...
A bit of backstory to this. The Great Northern Festival promotion.
Great Northern Creative Festival,
Oh,
I think.
I always think it's a film festival for some
That's
reason.
what I thought.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was
it's
Great
everything,
Northern
innit?
Film
I've seen
Festival.
one film whilst this festival's been on.
There was some poetry on yesterday.
Was there?
Was
Oh,
it
damn,
slam
I missed-
poetry?
Standard poetry, I think.
Cynthia! You're dead. I went to the John Thompson talk today of Cold Fate.
Mm.
Really good.
Was it?
Yeah, because like he started out in stand-up comedy, so he was really entertaining.
Oh my god.
Was this the sitcom one?
No, this was a guy who just came in to do a talk. What are you on about, Tom?
I don't know, he started screaming at me.
There's a guy up there. Has anybody seen the video of like this kid going like, "It's Minecraft," and then gives the middle finger to this other kid that's taking the
No.
mic out of him?
Never.
No.
Not
This
once.
is award-winning radio.
Well, there's a guy up on the balcony
Tom,
that
not-
looks exactly like him.
And the wall to our left is a kind of purplishly pink.
If you were here,
That's a
you
fucking-
get
If
the
you were
joke.
here, you could see this.
Yeah.
That's a funny joke.
But you're not.
If you would join the rest of our fans,
Oh, God.
there's a fan.
For
in there.
you people out there, Josh just pointed to a fan.
So, favourite film of the summer?
Gotta be
Tough
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, I'll go with.
I have not seen Dunkirk.
I mean- Wait, when was that? Was that
That
early
was
summer?
literally it went Dunkirk, Baby Driver, Planet of the Apes, all like in the same week.
Oh, we're like,
Because I remember going to the cinema and being like,
Spider-Man as
one
well.
ticket for Baby Driver, please, like sold out. I was like, one ticket for Dunkirk, please, like sold out. I was like, one ticket for Planet of the Apes, please. They're like, how many? I was like, actually, I need 4. And they were like, sorry, we've only got 3. So I had to go home.
yeah.
And I drove like all the way to Bolton to see it.
I remember the only reason I went to see War of the Planet of the Apes is because I'd seen everything else. Yeah.
There was like a good week of movies.
Yeah.
Mm.
See, reason why I went in saw it is because I was going for Spider-Man, but then we were late. We were like,
I've still not seen that. I've been trying.
It's good.
It's good.
Very
Like,
good.
I feel like I haven't seen Thor yet. But
Oh,
it is-
no, I've not seen it yet.
That's very
it's definitely Spider-Man is definitely one of my favourite Marvel films.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
without a doubt.
good. They did very well with that. It was,
Yeah,
I
I feel like it's Iron Man,
yeah.
Guardians.
I think Guardians is my favourite.
Yeah.
I do like the second one as well.
I
I think we talked about that one. That was before the summer.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying Dunkirk. You're saying Baby Driver.
yeah.
Baby Driver was good. I saw your Snapchat, Tom, which was very funny, of like Kevin Spacey saying, I didn't stop him though. I didn't stop him though.
Because I was just blinded by the balls on this kid.
Try and not be associated with these kind of talks, but you know,
It always comes back to Kevin.
it's always full circle.
I would say it is a very, very good
Still
one.
haven't seen it. I still never seen
Still
the
haven't
original.
So
Does this count as a summer film? Because this actually might be my favourite.
It or Blade,
Blade Runner. Blade Runner.
October.
It was October. I wouldn't really say that's a summer
Nah,
film.
Nah, it was good though.
It was very good.
It was good though. We
Okay.
went into depth on that one.
I haven't been able to get out to the cinema since like September.
So-
It's
I
a
don't
real
think I've seen a
It's
film
a
since I got here.
damn shame. What else came
I'm
out?
not
We
seeing
had a
film.
lot in that list, and I don't have the notes. I think Jack wrote a thing up, but it.
so good.
I didn't. I thought it was just bang average. I've said this before. I said this on our other one. It was like, it just made me want to watch Stand By Me.
Well, that's the thing. Like most Stephen King, most stories nowadays, if it has like a group of kids, it's all
I know,
stems from
but
Stephen
my
King's
point-
original
my point
gang
is-
of kids.
My point is, if I watch Stranger Things, I'm like, oh, that's a nice nod to those 80s classic
Yeah.
movies. But I don't want to stop watching this to go watch it. Whilst I was watching it, I'm like, I'm going to go home and watch Stand By Me or like another film from the 80s. It didn't do enough. It didn't have enough originality to it. And the characters I thought were,
It wasn't a homage. It was a copy.
yeah.
Whereas Stranger Things is
Stranger
a
Things-
homage.
Yeah.
The characters, although there's like loads of callbacks,
Yeah.
Yeah,
tons.
yeah.
the characters are like very much their own personalities.
Yeah.
And with this, a lot of the kids in it, I liked like the guy from Stranger Things that's actually in it.
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah, he was like really funny.
He's going to be like a huge star. I think
His jawline's already coming in.
Yeah.
You know he's going to be big.
Oh yeah, he's already been hit up by that model, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, she's 27.
Yeah.
27, he's 14.
It's like that film we started watching last night, Babysitter.
Oh yeah.
Is that the Netflix one?
Yeah, we started watching.
That is a really good. But
It weirded me.
I feel like talking about it, you kind of ruin the film. But it is.
Which one's this?
It's called The Babysitter. It has,
I didn't watch all of it. But
if you,
I started watching it. I was like,
I really enjoyed it, but not because it was a good film.
the style of it is quite.
I was like, why would you? There's a bit where somebody gets stabbed in the head, and I'm like, so they can get blood, and I'm like,
oh, well,
that is like the least practical place to stab someone to get blood.
It's a sort of horror comedy, but like a B-list B-movie horror, and it is just like the typical tropes. Like the whole film, this kid, he's being chased by his babysitter and all her friends who are going through this book, and they sacrifice this one nerdy kid, and he sees. So they try to kill him because they need blood of an innocent, and he's seen what happened.
Okay.
So he spends a whole film running around his house. Like, he doesn't run down the road. There's gunshots going off. None of the neighbours.
He calls like the police at one point. They just never come. Like,
No. The police do come.
Do they?
Yeah, they end up.
Oh, I'll turn that bit off.
All right, well, I'll spoil it a bit. They kill the police.
Spoilers!
It's like the first.
Where was Sean?
Didn't get that bit.
You have to give at least 2 to 3 or 5 seconds when you go spoilers, so listeners can then just go, I don't give a shit.
Look,
Suck
and
my
still
dick.
hear
apologies. First of the year.
two swear words.
I thought it was going to be me, to be honest.
That
I'm
will
quite surprised.
not
He's
happen
not
again.
actual host. So
Yeah.
we can.
You can swear, you can.
Don't trigger me.
You can't swear.
Yeah, you can't swear,
They're
but...
talking about one person on our induction. It's very irritating, but she was asking about a watershed at 9:00. So we're hoping for a watershed at 9:00.
Okay, that'll be...
I had to listen to all
so
the
we can
songs
swear after it.
that we're going to play to make sure there was no
throw
swears
some
in.
shade.
I just got a good
Wow,
idea
man.
then from talking about the babysitter. What if we did an episode all about like Netflix hidden gems and stuff like that?
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think Netflix originals are getting a lot better.
Have you seen the
They are,
one
but-
advertised with Jack O'Connell? It's called Godless. It's like a western.
I think I have actually.
It's like a trailer looks good. It's got Jeff
Bridges?
Daniels
Oh no.
from Dumber and Dumber,
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
and it's like set in an old town, and all the men in this town die in like a mining accident. So it's like run by women, and then there's some bad people, and the women in the town defend themselves, and Jack O'Connell just turns up, and he's not supposed to be there, but he kind of is. So it looks interesting. It's called Godless.
Yeah, sounds good. The new Adam Sandler film.
It's meant to be quite good.
The
Yeah.
Merowitz story or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look
I've
pretty
been
decent.
meaning to watch it, but you know.
So
It doesn't look like a Sandler
Problem with
film,
Netflix,
so-
I find now, is like I'm just like I don't have time to watch a film.
Yeah.
I'll watch 3 episodes,
Yeah.
hour-long episodes instead.
Yeah.
Since Adam Sandler signed that, what was it, 10 film contract
I
with
think
Netflix?
It was 6 with
yeah.
but then he signed another like 3 or 4. I think
They have
afterwards,
all
so,
been terrible.
They have all been
they're
terrible.
so bad.
Other than this one, but I
I
feel
don't.
like
I've not bothered watching it even.
No.
I feel like this is because
This
it's
isn't-
not Adam Sandler. It's written
Yeah.
by someone else. It's directed by like anybody that's not associated.
He's
with
just
Adam
an
Sandler.
actor in this.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
even a main, is he? Like, he's
No, none. Kevin James isn't in it. David
Yeah,
Spade isn't in
exactly.
it. None of his friends are in it. It's just him, Ben Stiller, and I can't remember who his dad is.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman, yeah. But it's those 3 pretty much make the film.
And Emma Thompson. You know, the lady with the glasses and
Nanny McPhee.
Yeah, Nanny
Oh,
McPhee.
never seen it, but yeah, sure. She's good.
Yeah.
Oh, so have you heard about the Dark Universe?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
over.
been like
Good.
abandoned already.
Yeah.
Good. Like, if it's anything to do with the Mummy
Yeah.
remake, then it's no
That
wonder.
was
It's
so bad.
Such a bad film. Like,
I think I missed a good hour of it. Sat in front of my laptop watching it, just like I was just like zoned out. And was like,
Yeah.
oh
I was just mad that they rebooted Brendan Fraser.
I know, but-
I want him to go back. Just pretend that never happened. Just go back and make another one with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
God knows he needs it.
I don't
And so do
want
I.
any practical effects. I want the whole film to be on green screen.
Yeah.
Brendan
Oh.
Fraser is the best green screen actor. Looney Tunes back in action was amazing for its time.
George of the Jungle is lit.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And again, mostly
we should do a
green screen.
Brendan Fraser week as well. There we go.
What was the film where he made deals with the devil?
Incarnate?
I can't remember. It was some like
No, that's why he's a
rom-com
novelist.
kind of film. And
Is it the one where he's got a book? Oh no, it's
Jesus.
I know what you're on about because the devil is a woman. And,
Yeah, that's what I just said.
The devil is a lie. They're always women, Tom.
Oh yeah, but
They're always women.
Yeah, but that is a banger film.
I don't know what you're
That
talking
banging,
about.
I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Where has he been?
As Liam, who's like his biggest fan, always says, his wife like divorced him and took all his money, and now he owes like $12,000 a week in alimony.
Well, that's a great reason to work.
Well, he turned down Journey to the Centre of the Earth 2 because he went and did like a couple of other films which were all flops, and then because of that, he basically is fallen out of the public eye. It's a terrible shame because he's a fantastic actor. He's in Scrubs. Nobody seems to remember him in Scrubs.
I do.
Yeah.
One of my favourite episodes.
He dies. It's so sad.
Oh, spoiler.
I've
It's
not
alright.
seen it. No.
Yeah,
There's a whole episode where
he's talking to him, but he's not there.
yeah, and he thinks he's there, and
It's-
then
oh.
it turns out at the end that he's going to his funeral.
He's in Crash. Oh, yeah, that's a good film. That's like Oscar winning.
Wait, he's in something next year. He's in TV.
what?
He's in Is that Condor?
These all seem to be TV.
He's in 2 episodes of that. He's been in Trust, but he is getting about. He's on a resurgence. You heard it here first. Brendan Fraser's back, baby.
What films though? These all seem to be TV.
The Nut Job, Gimme Shelter, Breakout, Pawn Shop Chronicles. Yeah, he had a bit of a.
G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra.
Cobra.
Is it uncredited?
Cobra.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because they do like little cameos to like with the whole like the Mummy cast.
yeah, because it's like a thing where it's sort of saying it's a shared universe where this guy plays Sergeant Stone is like his character in the Mummy's great grandson.
Oh.
So it's like a callback. Yeah. The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Empire is poor, but I don't blame Rick O'Connell for that at all.
No, The Mummy and The Mummy 2. Good films.
They were banging. I'll allow it.
Yeah. Was it the
Genesis.
third one?
Third
one with the
third one.
Scorpion
Yeah,
King?
that's when it started going down.
When they
there.
recast, what's her name, Rachel Weisz, I was like, not about this.
Oh,
Just
no.
kill her off.
She was a terrible replacement.
Yeah. she was-
Prefer him to be widowed.
Yeah, that would have made a much better.
Yeah, it
story.
would have, wouldn't it? Him and his son trying to reconnect after the death of his mother.
The
Right.
animated series was definitely banging.
What was it?
I don't remember that, but that sounds lit.
Yeah, it was on CBBC 4:00 every Wednesday.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I'm quite happy that the universe didn't work out
Yeah,
because everyone was trying to do a universe, and having it just one of them
Yeah,
fail was quite nice.
Well, it's the thing with the
Take your phone off the table, man. Greg.
thing with the DCEU now, isn't it?
Uh,
They've gave up because it just wasn't working.
Who's that?
The DCEU.
Or the thing, I
They
think they
they
Yeah, they're thinking of
tried
doing like a
too much
flashpoint
into
to
it.
reset the universe. aren't they?
yeah, I love that. This is correct. Everything.
Before even
Well-
introducing the character properly for the first time, they're like introducing an alter ego of.
Yeah.
well, from what I've heard,
Oh,
the Justice League
yeah.
film is good.
I was just.
Yeah.
You bet it's good.
I've heard if you go into it not expecting much,
Yeah, that's what
it is
I've
good.
heard. It's an
Wow.
enjoyable film, but if you look for something that's well done,
Well, like when
Yeah.
you look at the trailers, it's already changed vastly. Like,
Yeah.
just from the colour scheme and everything. And
Yeah, but I feel like that is definitely Joss Whedon's
Aye.
approach to it.
yeah.
But I've
There's a
heard,
few more quips and stuff. It looks like
I've
Ezra
heard
Miller's
some
got a bit
people
more to
say
do.
you can tell it's directed by two people, and then other people say that you can't really.
It's like DC fanboys versus like,
Yeah, but I've heard a lot of people say that if you don't know comic books, if you don't know that this is going to happen, this is why this is happening, the story does lack a bit. So, like,
yeah.
a lot of the characters aren't explained because they just assume you know
You
who
know.
Cyborg is, you know why Cyborg is like that.
Mm.
It's one of those things that they haven't really fleshed it out.
Yeah, because they're trying to do the Avengers without having the
Yeah,
original
well, actually
films
introducing
before.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I am excited for the new films that are coming out. There's a rumoured Nightwing film being cast, and the
They
guy
finally cast Shazam, man.
Riz Ahmed's up
I thought,
for that, I think.
the guy from
Dwayne
Stranger
Johnson
Things.
was Shazam.
Yeah, but there's two.
Oh yeah, because
people
he
to Shazam.
he's like a
The kid,
teenager
isn't
at
he?
one point, and
But
then he goes into.
Dwayne Johnson was only rumoured for Shazam, I think. Oh, no,
They've
no,
cast
no.
cast the kid definitely.
Zachary Levi is Shazam, and then Dwayne Johnson is the villain in Shazam.
Yeah.
Black Atom, I think.
Yeah.
What's Dwayne Johnson's latest film, like Rampage? What's that about?
I don't know. It looks like King Kong.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like
I
a
was
white King Kong.
But then somebody commented saying, "Oh yeah, best game ever," and I was like, hey,
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
I seen it. I seen that on Reddit, and a lot of people were saying the story is going to be him falling out with his wife, trying to connect with his son, and then 13 minutes of monster.
What's that?
Sounds about right. Rampage.
Oh, don't care.
There's the new King Kong expanded universe.
Oh, that's not new though.
That's the.
Well, it's not new,
They've
but
been doing that since
because
Godzilla, haven't they?
we here, as always, are big fans. No, I didn't actually mean to do that. I just generally had a cough. I'm definitely not big fans of the director of Godzilla
He's just
or
terrible.
Rogue One. Although I think it's all right, Rogue One.
Rogue One is not good.
I mean, the worst one I can think of is the Cloverfield expanded universe.
Oh, I like Cloverfield.
10 Cloverfield Lane. That is
Yeah,
a
I quite like
banging
that.
film.
But I don't think it needs a universe.
It's not you. It's
Well,
These
it's
are
only
all finished.
loose.
they're all
loosely
just
related,
films,
isn't it?
and they're just slapping Cloverfield on, so
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
people go and see them. They're not.
Yeah. They even did
expanded
like
universe.
Like, I think
Easter eggs
if
with
they
drinks
kept
and stuff.
Cloverfield away from that, it would have been a lot better. Because I don't really know why they put Cloverfield in the title at all. Really,
I feel like if you say Cloverfield, people then expect what's outside. You know what's
I really
outside because
like
you
that.
think it's
I
that
really
monster.
like that last one though. I was like,
Oh, it was great.
Oh, no,
I thought it
I
definitely-
really enjoyed the film.
I definitely
like,
thought it would be a fake out, and there just wouldn't be any.
Yeah, but that like.
But either way, I was
The
satisfied.
last like 20 minutes, I didn't feel like it needed to be there.
You mean when
I
she
think it
gets,
could have
when she
ended
gets
with-
sorted out?
Yeah, and then
When
she's
she
like
fights
running
the
around. Yeah.
The bit with the acid's good though.
Yeah, but I feel like that is the part that they added on to be Cloverfield, because it was a screenplay. That whole film was being made, and then was it J.J. Abrams came along and was like,
Let's put some spaceships in it.
he came along and was like,
Does he have a lisp?
Cloverfield.
Who knows?
He just came along, slapped Cloverfield on it, and I feel like that last 20 minutes was Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Was him being like, right, this is how we can connect it.
Have you heard about talks to make a Lord of the Rings TV series?
Yeah,
It's been confirmed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely confirmed. Amazon are doing it, and I
Can't
don't
wait.
think that it's going to be good.
I don't know. Could you make that world on a TV budget?
No.
Yeah,
Well, if they
yes.
do what they did
I mean-
for the first one.
I mean, even the
like-
third
If they're
one
on a
got-
Game of
even-
Thrones budget, then
But it's
No.
a thing of it's the same thing of Game
even
of
with that
Thrones.
budget, I know, but like even still, they still cop out on a lot of areas because they can't
I mean,
afford it. And
just-
nowadays, they won't do practical effects. They'll just
Just because
turn
that's a
the
great
CG.
universe doesn't mean it's necessary. Like The Hobbit's not great,
No, it's not.
Yeah.
but
No.
Lord of the Rings is, and people think, well,
But
Lord
they-
of the Rings works. So
They don't necessarily have to follow Frodo.
no.
I
apparently it's just-
think it's
I
going to
haven't heard
be
much about it.
characters in certain areas while that storyline's going on.
Yeah, but as you were saying, they don't have the budget for it. The first season of Game of Thrones was a nothing budget because you need interiors and just a lot of people talking
Yeah.
to set it up. There was no dragons in Game of Thrones until like recently.
The problem I have is if it is like a side story set during that main sort of
Quest.
Frodo quest, it's like there's a reason they didn't show this because the other stuff's more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You're like,
I heard it was going to be like in that universe, but before The Hobbit was even done. Like the other book.
what's the one?
Silmarillion?
yeah,
What's that one?
Malarian,
Yeah, that one. Like,
Somali.
Somalian, yeah, that like something
Yeah.
like that.
I know it's not.
the
They've
name
left,
of a dragon.
They've left it too long now. Where they can't really do any like crossovers. I mean, probably Elijah Wood could probably turn up. He looks exactly
Yeah,
the
it's
same.
exactly
Yeah.
the same. He's fine.
But you know, Sean Astin can't.
No.
Maybe
Have you
more
heard
chances.
about the Star Wars TV series
Reboot?
No,
I've not, no.
Reboot?
Well, not reboot. They're doing another 3. It's
Oh yeah,
but it's Ryan Johnson, which is good.
it's the current director now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's directing 8, and he's directing and writing the first, and probably setting up the story structure for the. It's a.
Wait, is
it's a
this are these the new 3 films?
new 3 films. They're set away from the original story.
Probably
No,
something like that.
there's a rumored TV series, Star Wars TV series
Oh no,
in
this
the
is,
universe.
this is
I
They
don't
don't
know.
need it.
this is a trilogy of new films.
Well, you can say the same about Battlefront. Battlefront goes on its own law. That's another story in itself.
True.
Battlefield,
Battlefront.
the game.
Yeah, that's a whole controversy this week.
Why?
Yeah, I've seen
Because
the covers, but I don't know what it's
you
about.
can't unlock heroes unless you play 40 hours, and then they were like, "Oh, it's a sense of achievement, and you know you don't."
Yeah.
well."
Isn't there something about on Call of Duty like you get an extra prize if you log on during Christmas Day?
Yeah, but
You like presents fall out the sky on Normandy Beach or something.
yeah, probably. But this Battlefront thing is people have paid £80 for the bigger package of Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then things are still locked, and you still need to spend more money to unlock these things, or it's like 40 hours of gameplay. And EA have just came out and said,
pissed me off. Like.
Yeah, EA have just said, well, you've got to achieve something, and everyone's like, everyone just said, well, I don't want to spend all this money.
No.
And then one of the developers tweeted saying, I love all these armchair developers on the internet.
Oh.
The internet didn't like that.
Nah, I'm surprised
and,
they're not.
then, and then they had an AMA on Reddit on Wednesday. That didn't go well. There was 3 of them, answered 12 questions, like in the first hour. There was a lot of questions.
So basically, they've gone, here's a product that we want to sell to you, slapped the people in the face and said, buy my crap. And then,
they're all trying to relate it to like FIFA, because FIFA is $1 billion like game every year, because
it's still crap.
People just buy packs and buy packs.
I think.
Yeah.
So they're trying to turn Battlefront into something where you just keep
money.
buying
It gets
packs.
to the point now where they've introduced a story mode, which is like revolutionary for FIFA. And every time you do something on that story mode, which is still really bad, like it's
I
brilliant.
enjoy it.
Brilliant.
I've not played the new
The journey.
Oh, the journey.
It makes Be a Pro fun.
Literally, you do something and it's like,
I'll give you that. It gives you a story behind Be a Pro.
well, you do something that's like, oh, by the way, doing this, you unlock these packs. Do you want to go on Ultimate Team, which is like how they make all the money? It's like constantly a full circle back to Ultimate Team.
should we avoid FIFA?
Yeah. Why?
It's a storytelling
Why?
platform.
It's not a storytelling platform.
It's got the journey.
The journey is a
Right.
game is a
On that note,
storytelling platform.
we'll bang us.
Any
a
form
song.
Tetris is
of
a
art.
story game platform.
They're making a Tetris film.
Or no,
Yeah.
Talk about it after the song.
I think, yeah.
you're no.
And we're back.
Yeah, so Tetris.
Okay, hit me up.
Trilogy, somehow.
Is this actually confirmed?
Yeah.
Josh, can you put it up on our screen?
Empire. Oh,
I'm annoyed that
here you go.
a certain somebody certainly isn't eating in the room.
First part of a sci-fi trilogy. I mean, I don't know how.
Who cares? Generally,
Like,
I mean, they did this with Pixels, and they ended up having
that was
sex
Adam
with
Sandler,
one of the characters.
what can you do? What story is in Tetris?
I mean,
What story's in a bunch of monkeys in a cage?
Damn it, you've got me
Planet of the
there.
Apes.
I mean,
can anybody hear that?
Yeah, they're buzzing. Someone's phone's too close.
ain't mine. But no, I mean,
It's really annoying.
it's one thing that should definitely not get made into a film.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Mario also rumored to be getting a film soon.
So I already had a film, and it was
Yeah,
unique.
it was awful.
It ended the careers of the 2 people that made it.
I mean, Bob
instantly.
Hoskins. Have you not seen Jamie T's music video to Sheila, mate? He's
I have
a
not, no.
star. Have you not? Bob Hoskins in it.
Oh.
It's fantastic. Rest in peace. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a great film.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can deny.
Amen.
Banging film.
Banging film.
film.
Banging and mash.
I've not made a film like it since.
Go on then. You've twisted my arm.
Oh my god, then. Yeah.
What did you get?
Nothing?
Was it chicken butts as well?
No, we're not eating in here,
So-
Tom. No
So
one
just
eats.
to take a break from the news just for a quick second,
Just a bit.
there's something I wanted to talk about.
Go on.
And I was going to put a soundbite on. I mean, a jingle, but I don't know where they are in this new system, to be honest. Still sorting out the teething problems, ladies and gentlemen at home.
Sorry, not sorry.
That's a crowd. That's a crowd cheering. Nice one, Sean.
You're so funny.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one, Si. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. Just got
I don't know
proper
that.
mind fuck. Basically, I was going to promote like the socials and stuff halfway through the show, as always, and it got me thinking the other day. I was trying to really promote the YouTube channel, because if you don't know about this, we upload every. Well, we're doing it loosely, but every Saturday we're going to upload.
Here we go!
We're going to upload Super Mario. No, we're going to upload the podcast every Saturday to... get off that mouse. We're going to upload the podcast every Saturday to YouTube. Behave yourself. No. We're going to upload the podcast every Saturday to YouTube. So you can, if you miss it, you can watch it again. Or
What
listen
is
to it
that
again.
YouTube?
Oh, that YouTube. Thanks for asking, Sean. It's
No problem.
The Room Podcast. You can find the links on our Facebook, Twitter.
What are your Facebook and Twitter?
Oh, it's funny you should ask, Sean. You can follow us on Twitter at The Room Pulse. You can email us if you want business inquiry, sponsorship, maybe just to tell us how good we are.
You can also get your underwear at meundies.com. Just use the code THEROOM.
We're not allowed to do any promotion.
Ah.
Oh, we're supposed to. I think we're
I'd
supposed
say
to say this is not a paid endorsement if we give a film a positive review or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's going to make our show amazing, right?
Nothing we say is a paid endorsement. Our thoughts are totally our own, especially
really
about
isn't.
Kevin Spacey.
We are not being paid for this MeUndies ad. Get your free undies at
MeUndies.
theroom.com.
MeUndies. I'm sure that's a soundbite we got from The Room.
Click 1:11 to 20. Are they on there? Oh, there's more. Sad music.
No. So yeah, our Gmail is at theroompulse@gmail.com.
I didn't even know we had an email, to be honest.
Yeah, we have an email
Here's up.
because we tried to get a bit of sponsorship from Odeon once to see if we could get like
Not on a paid endorsement.
not
Yeah,
well.
definitely
It was
not.
like free tickets endorsement if we promoted them.
Yeah, but we're not.
They give me they give me another email to email and then did that and they never replied. So
Yeah, you can also follow me at Sean Timmins on Twitter and on
You know.
Instagram. You know,
Yeah.
got that branding down.
So yeah, what I was going to say was I went through the YouTube the other day and I realized a bunch of the videos, just like from like episode 12 till 16, didn't have proper like titles. I just called them The Room Podcast # whatever number it was, 12 dash something.
The underwears.
Cheers, Tom. So
Timing.
I started.
I had to look. Okay.
Shut up, man.
You
I started going through the videos, and they're obviously 2 hours long, mostly, or hour and a half long. And I decided to skip through, and whatever the first thing I heard would be the title of the video. I mean, I can fit about 3 or so things in. So it worked to mix success. So episode 12 now on the YouTube channel is called... Wow. The Room # 12 Croissant Show Racism in Phil Get Off My Lap Green Room and Hacksaw Ridge.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Episode 12. So on YouTube, if you search The Room # 12 dash Croissant Show Racism in Film Get Off My Lap Green Room and Hacksaw Ridge. So that's one of them. There was another one which was unbelievable.
Sounds like
Plug.
the name of that guy's bedroom.
For God's sake, Tom. Behave yourself.
Wasn't even a good segue.
No.
Shut up.
Where is it? One sec,
Terrible-
I'm just gonna go.
terrible
I'm
keep
going to go
checking.
on playlist. Oh yeah, there's a playlist now, so you can watch all your favorite Room episodes back to back to back to back. Here it is. Oh no, that's not a good one. Well, basically, I just thought I'd every week just pick a random title. I'm going. We got a new thumbnail. Tom's going to make some more, aren't you? When we have a chance.
Yes.
So we'll have new thumbnails and stuff, which will be exciting and a bit of variety, so we can get some more clickbait.
I'm trying to get one with Tommy Wisso's ass.
Episode 15 of the podcast is called Gareth Edwards Fan Club ? Not ! Got him.
Oh.
Gerard Butler, Oscar winner, Sesame Street racist. Yeah. So Sesame Street is
So
definitely
yeah,
racist.
follow them there and go on the YouTube and watch the YouTube.
Um,
Speaking of Tommy Wiseau, the Disaster Artist,
It looks good.
that's out in
Is it
2
out now?
weeks.
Is it?
December.
I'm actually quite excited for it. Like when they first heard about the idea, I went, "Alright, so it's just going to be a big joke. It's not going to be anything
It's
fantastic."
going to be
Then-
full of dick jokes.
It looks good.
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm actually quite excited for it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's as good as this title for episode 11 of the Room podcast, which is, and this is in speech marks, I don't like sand. Come down with me. 9/11, Trump and Bush golf theory. And that's not golf, is in the Gulf War. That's generally playing golf. So,
Jesus Christ!
why did they have that?
Holy shit!
That's too much.
I'm actually very curious.
Jingles.
Why do you have a heavenly choir?
This is Pulse Radio.
Yeah, boy. And the Room. Yeah, right. Bang it. I found the jingle. Or one of them. Right. So, let's just get back to this.
Yeah, let's get back to movies.
Apologies for Tommy.
Yeah, so Tommy Wiseau actually signed off on the Disaster Artist.
He said he liked 99% of it.
What was the 1%?
He said he...
Probably the accent.
Yeah.
No, he said the one thing he didn't like about it was... Can't remember. I remember who he also said he didn't want James Franco to play him. He wanted somebody else, but I can't remember who.
I think James
I think it was like...
Really
I think it was DiCaprio or something.
James Franco pulls it off really well. I think it's hilarious. Dave Franco definitely doesn't...
That beard is so fake, it looks horrible.
Yeah, but I feel like that's part of the film. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just waiting for the day that Tommy Wiseau plays James Franco.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
A Tommy Wiseau remake of 127 Hours.
No, I want Tommy Wiseau to remake The Disaster Artist.
I can't cut it off. I cannot. This is bullshit. I cannot cut it off. I cannot.
So what, is Tommy Wiseau to remake The Disaster Artist? But
Yeah.
him playing James...
Well, he's got a film out this year as well, hasn't he?
A behind the scenes...
Has it?
Have you not seen Best?
Artist.
No.
Greg and Tommy are teaming up again. This is a year when they got a new film out called Best.
Friends.
You got to see how I spell
Is
it.
it Best Fiends?
Oh no, it's
No,
It's a sick iPhone game.
Friends.
Friends?
oh fuck, I've messed this up.
You have messed it up.
I don't think it was you that messed this up.
This is the
This is their fault.
best. Oh, 7.5 out of 10.
What?
Oh, September 4th release.
How is Paul Shear in this?
What? It looks really weird.
Paul Shear is an
It starts
established
off.
actor.
It starts off in the trailer looking terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy pulls up and he's like, "I cannot help you with your ninja karate help, friends. But I tell you what, I have a great opportunity. Come with me." And he gets in his car, and it turns out
I have seen this.
Yeah.
Why would you get into a car of somebody that says that?
Because your family were killed by ninjas.
a drifter
I don't
encounters
care.
a quirky mortal.
Your family were killed by a bunch of ninjas, and a guy in a hearse rolls up saying he can't help you, but he's got a great opportunity.
Yeah, you don't trust that guy.
Yeah,
You don't trust anyone after your family's just been assassinated
especially
by
if he's got a cockeye like that.
I'm sure we can get away with cockeye.
We can get away with cockeye.
Cock.
Aye.
Aye.
God.
The
Samurai Cop
Samurai Cop.
Wait, what? Is
Why
this?
is
Wait, why isn't there first?
Samurai Cop 1.
Alright then. Let's find out. That came out 2 years ago.
Samurai.
Please tell me. Oh no, it's not. Tell me what's so.
Oh, he's not.
It
He's
is,
not.
yeah,
He
yeah,
is,
yeah.
but
Wait,
he
is
doesn't
it?
play the Samurai Cop by the looks of it. He plays Linton,
Linton.
Why is there no
famous
Samurai
cough
Cop
medicine.
1? There
Because
isn't.
that's what they'd expect you to.
Yeah. This is a bit of news that I saw that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Bit of news. Can we have a news jingle?
No.
Quentin
Quentin Tarantino. That's not the news. That's when the cinema started back in the day, which did get you hyped. That was
did.
that was
I
good.
Like, they need to bring it back.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this guy's on the prowl.
More like he's sleeping.
He does look
I
like he's
feel
sleeping.
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino and his upcoming film. It's not Charles Manson. It's
It's not-
1969.
Is this his last film?
No, he's got one more.
Has he got
No,
one
this
more
is
afterwards?
number 9. Yeah, so number 10.
Yeah.
He said, like, I'll do 10 films. And they said, and people were like, are you going to do 10 films? He's like, well, I'll do 10 or 11, but I definitely won't do 13, 14, 15. So he'll probably do like 12. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stop. As long as they keep
The
giving him film.
Coen brothers said they'd stop. But the good thing is about Quentin Tarantino is because basically he's worked with Harvey Weinstein all his career, and now he needs a new studio because he's cut ties with him.
Yeah.
So he shopped it around, and all the studios want to buy it. So you know his script is good.
Yeah.
Rumored that
Well, no,
Well,
that's not necessarily true.
No.
Well,
It's just
yeah,
It's a
Tarantino.
Tarantino's
So-
film. Like, you know that's going to pull in like
Any-
crowds.
Any company will take any Tarantino, anything.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's looking for a new studio. It's rumored that Brad Pitt,
I mean,
And-
Brad Pitt will be in it.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, Sharon Tate, Samuel L. Jackson, and DiCaprio are also linked.
Samuel L. Jackson, he's never in his film. That's weird.
No, and I saw this here. It's just where is it? Somewhere down here. Quentin Tarantino wants Tom Cruise for his next film
I still can't get over his face.
because
Tom Cruise.
it's all like his
Yeah, it's
teeth
all
are out of line.
Spent the whole time through American Made, just not being able to
I've
avoid it.
not watched that
Great
because
film.
I thought it would be good, but
One
then
of the
I
one of the
watched an
underrated
episode
ones.
of Narcos and Narcos spoils it.
Yeah,
His character, what's his name again?
couldn't tell you. It's a great film. Very underrated. but-
Yeah, his like whole character is like summarized in like 20,
Confident.
20 minutes in an episode of Narcos, and it's like Christian
Have
Bale.
you seen him for his new?
Oh yeah, he's big.
This
Is that him?
This is insane for Dick
Jeez.
Cheney. I don't know how this man does it.
It's not hard being an actor,
Well-
is it? Just get fat.
But throughout the years, the
No,
amount of
it's a
times that
lot.
his body has went up and down,
Yeah.
I don't know how he's alive. Especially what like
Tell you how he's
The
alive.
thing is,
Shouting at producers. That's
he
how
did say at one point that he's going to turn down the role because he started doing it and his doctors ended up telling him like this is not good for you.
Is this for the machinist?
No, this is for a recent. I'm pretty sure it's for this role
Oh,
because I remember I read an article and he said like, I'm actually quitting this role that I've accepted because I can't go through a drastic body change again, and he's doing it again. So
I mean, this must be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I imagine is just a lot of cheeseburgers
Yeah,
and
getting pig
pizzas.
it out, that'll be quite nice.
The machinist, I guess, was a lot of.
He looks like
white dust.
he looks like he's about to play Bane. With the bald head as well.
He kind of looks like, the special guy in a prison.
Oh yeah, going back to this as well. Sorry about Quentin Tarantino. He's getting married.
what?
Yeah,
Fun fact.
she's about 30 years younger than him.
She's 33. He's about 50.
Wow.
20 years younger than him.
6.
Math.
She's an Israeli singer, and she's
Oh.
a rather attractive young woman. He's done very well for himself. I hope he's very happy. Shooting for his new 1969 film begins in January, I think I read, or March. So he has time to romance. Was the thing put it? What else? The Snowman's meant to be bad. That says The Greatest Showman. not
Really?
The Snowman. But yeah, I've heard like it's just been turned into like savaged and turned into gifs by the internet.
Was that the one with
Fassbender?
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that looked interesting, but
The new Aubrey Plaza film that is supposed to be really good, just solo Aubrey Plaza.
I really like her because I like Parks and Rec.
I like her, but I've always liked her when she bounces off other people. It's not being her; it's
She's
being what she
awkward.
says to other people, and like her in the film.
Ingrid Goes West.
Yeah, I feel like it's just her being awkward going west.
She's good and bad grandpa.
Yes.
George Miller suing for Mad Max Fury Road bonus. Bit greedy, that lad.
yeah, what was that about?
I guess he got offered a bonus if it did well and he didn't get it.
I'm guessing this show was off air when the Lion King cast got announced.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that is an amazing cast.
Lion King.
Yeah.
You saying that because it's Childish Gambino in it?
Yeah, Donald Glover is adult Simba, but not just that. Beyonce.
Beyonce is now Nala.
Oh,
Mufasa, original Mufasa voice.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What are you saying no God for? Do you not like Queen Bee?
No,
Beyonce is.
she's awful.
She's gonna be.
She's awful at
amazing
what
as Nala.
exactly, Tom? Because I can't literally think of anything that she's awful at.
He just doesn't like her because she's popular.
No.
Go on,
Well,
explain to
To
us
be honest,
then
though,
why.
there's only ever
You
going to be
don't like
one Lion King.
Well, no, technically there's going to be two.
Shut your mouth. Well,
There already is two.
there's already a Lion King too, but we don't talk about that. It's like the black sheep. It's like your pedo uncle. Kevin.
Then there's like the garbage film, which was the third one.
Where is this picture at?
I don't know. Oh, Jeremy Iron.
Oh yeah.
I did not
Here we
know
go.
he played Scar, but now it seems. I did not know Matthew Broderick played him either.
Yeah.
Mad. Knew it was
Yeah. So
James Earl Jones.
Seth Rogen as Pumbaa,
Oh, they got.
which if you were going to do Timon and Pumbaa and Seth Rogen as Pumbaa, James Franco as Timon.
Yeah, you would definitely.
But-
To be fair, they don't want like
It
a couple of
seems-
people just going
it
about
seems like-
dicks and penises.
But
Oh.
Billy Eichner will be great.
It seems like all the lions are played by black people.
Bit racist, but yeah.
Well,
Seems
yeah,
like that.
it's a story in
In Africa,
yeah.
but are animals, Tom.
No, they're not going to be animals.
It's not live action, is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
live action.
But it's
yeah.
like
It's
Lion
like the
King, like.
No, it's like the Jungle Book
essentially the
live
stage
action.
play.
You know
It's basically modern day animation.
So are they
that's
going to
it.
pretend to be?
No.
Lions.
So John Favreau, the John Favreau Jungle
Yeah.
Book, and they were like that CG but realistic
Yeah.
animals.
So.
Oh,
They're
it is animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not-
but it's like CG animals.
Well,
So
What
they-
do you think it was going to be?
Did you
Like
think it was like
no, so,
Broadway?
no, you
Seth
like,
Rogen walking around on all fours.
No, you know, like the stage play. It's just like it's actual African people, and they're not
No.
animals on the stage play.
No, I haven't
They're
seen
not
that.
animals.
I don't know.
Well,
John
surprised-
Oliver Zazu.
I'm surprised Ruth's
Good
not in
show.
it. Don't you dare say her surname. This is a season 2. It's a whole new beginnings. Don't
Eh,
say it. Don't
Eric
do it.
Andre.
I mean, Ruth.
Don't do it.
No, I'm
Eric
actually quite
Andre's
excited.
is
The
easy.
cast
Eric
looks
Andre.
really good. I'm not going to do it.
The cast
Yeah.
is amazing, and
Yeah.
John Favreau is
Damn it.
also amazing.
John Favreau's alright. Have you seen Chef? That's really good.
No, I keep meaning to watch that.
That can be on our Netflix Gems episode. It's good. It's good. It's good independent film.
Yeah, I just think it's a all-round great cast.
Looks all right. Looks
So
all right
it's
to
better
me.
than The Jungle Book.
You say it's better than The Jungle Book?
Let's hope. The Jungle Book was really, really bad.
I like the Jungle Book. I
terrible.
had nothing against
Just
it.
because you grew up in the 80s on RoboCop and
No, it was
Interbreed.
just generally a bad film. Have you seen the Deadpool 2 trailer?
Yeah. It's
What
amazing.
do people think?
Not
Yeah,
seen
isn't
it. Don't care.
I mean, it's not much of a trailer, more than a sketch with
Promo,
yeah.
a sketch with a 20-second teaser in it. But I watched the breakdown, and yeah, it looks good. I think Josh Brolin as Cable is amazing casting.
Yeah.
And
Apparently, Star Trek Discovery is really good. I've not watched that yet either.
yeah, there's I haven't started that, but the Orville, Seth MacFarlane's Star Trek. One of his dreams was always make his own Star Trek, and they wouldn't let him make Star Trek Discovery, so he was like, well, I will make my own, which is the Orville. First 2 episodes, it's more like, you're my ex-wife, I don't like you, go make me tea sort of comedy. But after that, it does get better, and there is some like really good storylines. Like, one of the people on the ship, there's one gender throughout their whole species, and he has a kid, and the kid comes out as a girl, and it's an existential crisis of what do they do, because on their planet they will give that baby a sex change to make it male, because there is no female in that species, but the ship argues that you can't do that to a child. It should make its own decision. Really good episode, really good series.
Pacific Rim 2. There was a trailer release between now and then. It looks a bit different. Like the world looks cleaner and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So they're taking a second shot at it.
the
But
thing that
Yeah.
like makes it look bad is the fact that it's on a nice, beautiful, sunny day, and it's just like it looks really out of place.
that Matt Damon film, Downsizing, looks really good.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like the look of that.
The only thing for Pacific Rim for me is they've added more Jaegers, which means more Transformery. And the thing about Transformers for me
Means
is you
more
can't see
using a
what's going
secret
on.
weapon at the last minute rather than when it's practical to use it all the time. I.e. the sword. They're in a fight. They can swap out the sword.
I'm pretty sure they used the sword in like every fight in this one though,
Good.
because
'Cause that's just
there's
stupid.
more things for them to fight, and there's more Jaegers. But the only problem is like no one from the first film. Was it Channing Tatum?
No, it's Charlie Hunnam. I can't remember his name.
Charlie Hunnam.
He's
Yeah,
not
and
back.
someone
It's
else.
John Boyega, isn't it?
Yeah,
Boy.
I like John Boyega, but
Isn't it also Chris Hemsworth? Like, brother as well?
No, Scott Eastwood. It looked like.
yeah, I think it is Scott
Let
Eastwood.
me go back.
Chris Hemsworth's younger brother is just a really,
it's Scott Eastwood.
really bad actor.
There he is. Good-looking guy.
No, not Chris
Liam.
Hemsworth. Liam Hemsworth. Yeah.
I don't mind him.
Yeah. I wish you could film where he worked at a bank.
The older brother is
And a bank
definitely
got robbed, it
a
was
good
alright.
actor.
You were Independence Day 2. Come on.
You can't
You
blame
can't-
that man
no,
for
yeah,
one
that-
film. Yeah.
That is a carpenter being given bad tools.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That
Like, were
is
we
awful.
expecting much from the new Independence Day? Like, I don't think
No.
anyone is
The-
going
the only good thing I
think
heard from that-
everyone saw the trailer was like, oh dear.
The only good thing I heard from that is Jeff Goldblum, because he comes in, says his lines, and
Wow.
he's out, and it's just
God, I love
yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, great guy.
He was on great. He's just turned 65. He looks great.
He has a massive painting of him, I think naked, up in his living room, and someone just walked in and went, "What's that?" It's like, me. Fair enough.
What, do you not have a massive painting of Jeff Goldblum in your house?
Not
Or is
massive.
it not
it's,
in your front
it's just standard like
it-
7.
Mine's wallet
7-inch
size.
size.
Like, just,
Oh,
Yeah,
yours
mine-
on the garage door or something
Mine's
Yeah.
just picture frame, next to my bed.
next to tissues.
Don't want to say what they're for, but
Got a cold. Got a cold. There's a Fast and Furious spin-off with Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham.
don't care
I
anymore.
feel-
It's pushed back the next Fast and Furious film to 2020, and you know what's Tyrese Gibson?
Yeah, he's
He was not happy. He went
No.
on like an Instagram rant.
He's like
He's
aiming
in
all
nothing.
at like Dwayne. Is it all because of this spin-off?
Well, like I don't know, because
the spin-off is because of Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel hating each other. Though.
yeah, they
Yeah.
hate each other. It's
Yeah.
like who has the most
I
baby
from
oil? on
what Dwayne Johnson was saying, it was basically
Who's got
like
the
Vin
shiniest
Diesel
one?
was like really lazy. Like he turned up late to when like court time was. And
Yeah, well, this is Vin Diesel's film. Like, he is the main character, so I think Vin Diesel has this ego where he can do whatever he
Yeah.
wants. Like, he produced... I think he's, like, executive producer on it now, so he can do whatever he
think
wants.
Dwayne Johnson's now stepped in to do that now.
Dwayne Johnson's got his thumb in everything, though.
Yeah, well, why not? Like
He's
probably-
so big, he can
he's one
literally
of
have his
the-
thumb in everything,
Yeah.
every
the biggest
pie all
stars
over the
now.
world. Yeah. Okay.
To be fair, Dwayne Johnson movies are they're not that bad.
No.
Well,
Tooth
some of
Fairy,
them aren't.
awful. That's
You've seen
CIA.
you've seen his first film, The Scorpion King.
That Central Intelligence was awful with Kevin Hart.
Do you know what? I thought that was funny.
I thought it was terrible.
It was terrible.
I don't like Kevin Hart.
I
Kevin
love his
Hart's
stand-up.
films are crap. His stand-up's funny.
But
Right.
yeah,
I know we didn't want to talk about it, but this Netflix cancelled House of Cards. They didn't. It was ending this season anyway.
yeah. Well, no, it had one more season planned. didn't it?
The season that they are filming now was the final season.
So are they still filming that? Or
At the moment, they're just seeing what they can do. They've stopped production. They're halfway.
I thought they were going to kill him off and do a spin-off.
They were 2 weeks into
Yeah, they were
production.
saying that, like, some people were saying they were going to do a spin-off with like the wife of the politician.
It's kind of weird because his character in House of Cards seemed very similar to his actual personality. A bully who like objectifies women and boys.
Yeah, it definitely went downhill after the second season. I got halfway through the third season. And
I'm just up to the bit where he's
slow.
been, spoiler, shot.
Yeah, it was very slow, so I just left off it. He has also been completely recast and edited out of a new upcoming film that he's in.
Yeah, I just saw that. He's been
Yeah.
replaced by Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Lethal
Can they do
Weapon
that?
5 on the cards. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What's happened to Danny Glover? Danny Glover!
He's still in things, like small little things. But
Wow. Lethal Weapon 5. What would you do with Lethal Weapon 5?
More explosions.
Would you set it in the 80s, present day, with older cast or recast? I know that Chris Hemsworth was linked with playing...
definitely original cast. Like
I don't
No,
know, because
I
do you
love
want to
it.
see... Because it's not the
It's
same.
just going to be old jokes the
It's
whole
not the
time.
same.
If they do
Mel
it,
Gibson.
They couldn't do it. They're both in the
No.
60s and 70s.
Mel Gibson.
one of my
They'd be retired.
one of my
That's
guilty
it.
pleasures is Starsky and Hutch film. The Ben Stiller and Owen.
That's really good,
Owen
yeah. I
Wilson.
like
It's
that.
really good, and I like at the end the
Call back to the original.
like they're there, the way that they get the. I feel like that's the only way that they could do it. Maybe drop the few. I'm getting too old.
I
for
think
this
not
jokes.
Liam Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth would do a good job as,
Mel Gibson.
yeah. And like Donald Glover for Danny Glover.
no. I think Idris
Uh,
Elba would play.
Yeah, just
Idris Elba.
He'd do a
would
good
be-
job, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth and Idris
Well,
Elba
necessarily don't have to be a black and a white guy either.
probably
Maybe
for
do
most
a-
people.
Like,
Like, would you do it in the
that's for
if you were to
sure.
redo it? Would you do it in the 80s,
Yeah.
90s, new era?
I'd say like early 2000s.
I'd like to see Shane Black do it because I really did like The Nice Guys,
Yeah,
and seeing as he wrote the original
the Nice Guys was one of my favorite comedies.
of this year,
Was it this year? I thought it was last year.
I think it was
either
last
or,
year.
yeah, it was
I think
good.
it was last year. Yeah, it was all the physical comedy that I really enjoyed, and Ryan Gosling really didn't. I didn't really know he had that in him. The physical comedy, like that toilet scene, is one of my favorite scenes of last year. It was absolutely
with the
hilarious.
door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No spoilers, I haven't seen.
Basically, Ryan Gosling sat in the toilet and he drops a cigarette in his pants and then leans down and the door closes.
he's trying to like point a gun
Hey,
and read a
you're-
magazine.
You're all a bunch of a-holes.
I mean, it's not a spoiler.
It's
You're an a-hole.
It's in the trailer.
Yeah, but now I'm going to watch it and be like, ha, this would have been funny if I watched
It's still
this.
funny, Tom. It's in the trailer. You would have seen it if you watched the trailer.
No, don't watch trailers. It ruins everything.
Well, you kind of buggered if we'd talk about a trailer on this.
Yeah.
You gotta, man. You gotta sacrifice your own enjoyment
Just being a
for the
bitch
viewers
the
at
sake
home,
of it, okay?
for all 46 Facebook
Yeah.
likes.
Right. I've got a subject to talk about. If Matt's listening, Matt, if you're listening.
Florida Project?
No. Matt, like, I remember he was having a conversation with me at one point about the Jeepers Creepers films. Right. And the reason why, again, always comes back to this.
So what are you saying, Tom?
Anyway, as I was saying, you get your hands off that silly board. Get your hands off that board, Josh. I swear to God. But no, Matt was saying about like the Jeepers Creepers director. Put it back on. Put it back on.
Right, that's dangerous, Tom.
I know it is. But
Nobody's guessed the soundtrack as of yet, apart from
well, Jack did, didn't he?
Jack did, but that don't count.
He's a co-host. So
If he's listening,
where the
he
hell
could be
are-
presenting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's he?
He said he's
Bolton.
filming his documentary in Bolton. Bolton,
Bolton.
home of
Isn't that where
Peter
he-
Kay,
where he
pasties.
lives, though?
Really?
Sorry?
Isn't that where Jack lives?
Yeah. He also lives up the road.
Yeah. I know, but like what I'm saying is, it's a bit suspicious.
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 This mic stand's broke.
That's always been broken. That's one stand.
I've never sat on this side.
Ooh.
Here's something.
Well,
In
it's
the Daredevil series, I
Yes.
did not know that the guy who plays Fisk was who he was. It looks completely different when
He's
he's
got some.
completely
What's his
bald.
surname? Like Ralph.
I can't.
Ralphio. Big lad.
Ralph Macchio.
Here's to you.
It's the guy
Joe
from
DiMaggio.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio.
No, I think it.
Pretty sure it's Ralph Macchio.
No. Something Macchio. Might not be Ralph. Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah,
Oh, I was pretty close, wasn't I?
because I recognise him. He's the alien in Men in Black.
On Jurassic World.
And I was like,
He's in Full Metal Jacket as well.
What?
He's the geezer from Full
Have
Metal.
you, did you know the little tidbit about Men in Black? That it
Excuse
was.
me, Sean. No swearing on the show.
I said TID, TID, you bitch. The whole Men in Black story was edited in post. Like, it was a completely different story when they shot it.
What's that?
And Men in Black, the story briefly was about two alien species coming to find the galaxy, and the Earth would be destroyed in them trying to find it. But told you, but it just by changing the subtitles of the dog and some of the aliens, it changed it to just one alien species coming to get it, or the planet would be destroyed. And done all of that in post, like the full story was changed just to save, just to stop it being as confusing for the audience.
Yeah, should have done that with the others. Zing.
Second one is probably my favourite.
Yeah.
Second one is
It's alright. Third one's.
terrible.
Third one's.
Third
I
one
still
is
quite liked it.
quality.
I would like to have seen the proposed but now been scrapped Men in Black and Jump Street crossover just to see
Yeah.
what they would have
Yeah,
done.
just to see where that would go. To be honest.
I like those directors. It's sad that they got kicked off the Han Solo film, but
Phil Lord and Christopher Miller.
yeah, sad that they got kicked off Han Solo, but I won't.
Wow. Jim Carrey's gone a bit crazy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
To be
Yeah, he's in
honest,
court this week or next week,
What for?
murdering his wife,
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Oh, well, she's suicide. Didn't she?
Yeah, he
She
pushed.
suicided.
Apparently, he pushed her towards it. Like, told her to do it. Gave her drugs to do it. That's why. That's
what
why
the
he's on
family
trial
claim,
for.
innit?
He's
Ah.
absolutely lost to the plot. Have you seen the one?
He said, like, they were like, how do you feel? And he's like, I can't feel anything if I don't exist.
Yeah, he's at the interview where he's there. He's like, "You're not really here. I'm not really here.
Yeah.
You're just a presence."
Yeah.
He's lost.
have you
it.
seen that video that you posted online about Emma Stone?
No.
Really weird. Like,
Oh, and he's like,
he's just
Emily,
like Emma.
I love you.
And if I was younger, we'd be married. It's
She's
just
hot.
Really weird.
Yeah, I'd give her them.
You say you give her
Oh,
one.
bloody hell, Gambit.
Both.
I think Channing Tatum is an amazing cast for Gambit.
Mm.
Yeah, if
And
they-
he's
if
like
they ever make it.
a super fan of Gambit. That's why he wants to do it.
It's because he likes that New Orleans accent.
The only thing is, if Disney do buy part of Fox, which would just be X-Men really, if they buy that, would they reboot?
They do
all
not
of
get anything
X-Men?
right. The new one, what's it called?
Are you saying Fox don't get anything right with Disney?
Fox, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Sony.
Go on, carry on.
New Mutants.
what's
That
the
trailer.
new-
Looks,
yeah,
That looks mental.
it's like a horror
Um,
film.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, I think
The
the
t-
new trend in Hollywood is to make like shared universe, like not shared universe, a greater expanded universe, and then instead of like just doing the same thing over and over again, have like different genres for different films. So this is going to be a horror film, and
Well,
like Logan was like a bit of a western.
Yeah, and Venom's going to be a horror.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like branching out and doing like different genres, different kicks.
Legion is one of the best looking TV shows on TV.
Better than the Inhumans. That's been cancelled already, hasn't it?
Inhumans was awful. That was shot on an IMAX camera, and you can tell that they skimped on everything else because it's shot on an IMAX camera.
Mm.
Like the CG is awful, the set design is terrible, costumes look shit. It's just really bad, and it looks worse because it's shot in IMAX. Whereas with Legion, I think those were shot on Ari. They were shot on the Aries of the Red Dragons, and they in some scenes, like depending how serious it is, it will change to the animascopic.
big news. Sylvester's... Sorry, I was listening to that. I just got excited. But Sylvester Stallone is back to direct Creed 2.
Thank God.
Why did you not like Creed 1?
No, Creed 1 was good.
He should have got that Oscar. God damn it.
He should have.
Did he write Creed?
No.
No, I think...
What did he have to do with the first one?
He just produced it, probably.
Yeah, alright.
But seeing as he did the framework for the others, it's
Yeah.
basically probably a Rocky script he had in the making, but he aged out of.
Yeah.
And he's just like updated it, you know.
Dolph Lundgren's in it.
That's going to be sick.
He's going to come back as...
Probably the best fight.
Definitely.
Maybe not the best film. Maybe the Bubba Ray one with
To be honest,
Mr. T's good as well.
They're
all really good. I even like the fifth one where he's just a trainer. He
and,
tries something different. People don't like
Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn.
Street
Yeah.
fighting.
What a name.
To be honest, it's a great film franchise. Like Rocky is definitely every fighting film now. It's always a Rocky kind of spin off. I mean, you got like that.
They're not necessarily great films, but they're very entertaining. Like there's ones where it's like I think in Rocky 4 where he fights Ivan Drago. There's like every 4 minutes there's a montage.
Yeah.
So something ridiculous.
Like he's driving his car.
Yeah.
He's training.
It's like
he's running up a mountain.
And a different 80s song.
That first fight in Creed was amazing though.
Yeah, it was very good.
The cameraman had to learn how to box for the footwork.
Yeah.
So he could get around the ring.
I'm so annoyed with the end fight though because I know that they used the real.
I felt very weird about it being in Goodison.
What?
The fight in Creed's in Goodison Park, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
because he fights Tony Bellew.
Tony Bellew.
It was
I find it
just
so
terrible fight though. Like you just saw like he wasn't properly boxing because it was a.
Don't know. He did get knocked out making it, didn't he?
Yeah, no, they did properly box.
I just found
Anthony B. Johnson.
I found that very I don't know. I wouldn't say it's necessarily criticism, but I was just like, because it would have been something like normal for like American audiences.
Yeah.
But I was just like, ugh, Goodison.
Well,
why?
It's just because it was Bellew.
Not that there's
really.
anything wrong with Goodison Park or Everton Football Club or.
It's just Bellew. It's Bellew's home, isn't it?
It's just very odd. I didn't know anything about him. He seems to be everywhere since that.
Well, yeah, they did really box
David
because in training, what's his name? Anthony B. Johnson.
Yeah.
Michael B. Johnson.
B. Johnson. He wanted Bellew to actually hit him, and he was saying, "Yeah, I will, but just half power." And he was like, "No, I really want you to hit me." And Sly was stood behind him, like, "Go on, hit him, show him what it is." So he just like sort of goes like, "Right, gonna do it," and then he just clocks him, and he just hits the deck so fast,
Knocks him out.
Just he's out. I think it was second day of Bellew was on set, and Sly's there behind him, like, "Well done, nice one." Yeah, great.
Well, it's because Sly was like proper boxing.
Yeah, he had a tradition in the originals where he did like always throw a real punch just to get into the spirit of it.
Yeah, get
and
you
Dolph Lundgren did it and put him in intensive care.
Yeah,
because he had heart
knocked
palpitations.
his spleen up into his rib cage.
Yeah, he had heart palpitations and everything. Like nearly died
Sure.
because that guy's a giant. A lot of 80s nostalgia. Stranger Things, obviously. Many more. Beetlejuice sequel. Now, this was planned at the time, where it was like Beetlejuice goes to Hawaii, and the family that he terrorizes like moves to Hawaii and opens up a hotel chain, and they basically like build it on some ancient burial land, and Beetlejuice like turns up and helps them. That was the original concept.
Yeah.
You're saying that it's getting rewritten, which sounds good because that original concept for a sequel sounds awful. Beetlejuice goes to Hawaii. No, not about that. But yeah, did you see Beetlejuice?
No.
You not? Has anybody seen Beetlejuice?
I've seen Beetlejuice. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a really good. Michael Keaton's really good in it. Probably
Yeah, he kind of carries most of it. To be fair, like
Michael
yeah.
Keaton,
Well, you say
Beetlejuice?
he's in it for like I think 14 minutes or something. The entire film.
Who is Beetlejuice? Who is the actor?
Michael
No.
Keaton.
Is Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
I thought you were doing the thing where if you say his name 3 times, you have to
Who?
Beetlejuice.
Who?
Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton. Oh god.
Yeah.
Fun and frolics on this show as always. Let's see what else is in the news.
we've got a new Paddington coming. Woohoo!
Didn't watch the last one, but I heard it's alright. It's just not for us, really, is it? You know, I don't think it's for our target audience either. And by target audience, I mean literally anybody who has ears that work.
So
Or
is
don't
anyone
work.
going to see Justice League?
I'll go see it. Maybe not opening weekend.
I mean, I get free cinema anyway, so
woo!
I probably will.
Who's that with, Tom? This is not a paid endorsement. Shut up.
It's not. No.
Who with?
It's Cineworld.
Do you want to pick that name up?
Other
I don't get the joke. I know that you were trying to make me say it.
other cinemas are available.
Terrible.
It's not a BBC, but
Yeah. Name drop.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Jesus, how did it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't, no.
Was. Oh, it was worth it.
yeah, there we go. The spin-off in 2019. To be fair, if it wasn't for the fact that he killed their best mates in that, Jason Statham, I'd be totally down for that bromance. Like, they're the best part of the most recent films, them two. Have you seen the most recent Fast and Furious?
Not the most recent.
There's a great scene where...
Is it great?
No, it is actually a great scene where Jason Statham is like working his way through a plane, shooting people whilst carrying a baby. And it's actually so good.
I love Jason Statham. I think he's an amazing.
Yeah, there's some great like choreography, and you think, how did they come up with choreography for a man carrying like a baby, like what they call stroller? It's not stroller though. Stroller's the thing where they walk, like a basket that you get like from supermarket, but for babies.
Yeah, like
not a baby supermarket, but a basket that you put babies in.
Baby
so
basket.
a baby seat.
No, because he put a seat in a car.
It
But
is.
effectively, one of them.
It is a baby seat.
But he's got one of them, and he's like going for an airplane shooting people. It's so good.
Is there a baby in there?
There's a baby in it.
Okay,
yeah.
so I thought he doesn't just
I
have
don't
it.
know why he's shooting it. I feel like if he span round, the baby would fall out. He probably should.
Yeah.
No, it's strapped in. It's got straps.
Oh.
Because it is
Does
one
the
of those ones
baby need to be moved, or could he have just
Yeah,
left
no,
it?
because his job is to break in and steal the baby. But it's
Fast and Furious.
Well, I'm trying not to spoil it, but he's getting the baby for a reason.
Trust me, lad. I don't think for me. Fast and Furious.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
about you guys.
Like, it's pretty
Or-
bang average, but just Google that scene. It's pretty good.
It died for me. Like literally, I would watch it just for like the stupid
Yeah. It's got
violence
stupid
or,
stuff.
like,
This latest
action.
one's got a submarine in it.
But
Yeah, I
like
saw
the
that.
fact that the whole story of the one before this was they wanted to get a device to find Jason Statham, and Jason Statham turned up like 10 times.
Well, that's
They
'cause he-
ran away to go find a device to go back and find him. It's just
Wait, is that the... I feel that's
Is
the
that-
plot of
is that-
number 8 as well. The way you pitched it, but it's a device to find Charlize Theron, and Charlize Theron uses that device to...
does she
To
turn
find
up and
them.
do they go away and go shit? We need to.
She
go
turns
back
up and
find
steals
her.
babies, I think. I can't remember.
Okay.
Hugh Hefner being
Oh, it's
played by
Dom's
Jared
baby,
Leto.
isn't it?
Yeah.
James Franco's already done it, mate.
I just don't get why it's been less than a year.
I saw that getting announced pretty quickly after he died.
Maybe they were already
Literally,
planning
the
it.
day he died, they announced that they were going to do it, and then
I don't know if it was unfortunate timing or
Yeah,
Hugh
well, he's-
Hefner.
Oh,
But
He
a
was
week
getting on,
after it
weren't
got
they? They were probably
cancelled.
planning it for a while.
I
to
just
be honest.
don't like Jared Leto.
I think he's alright.
I think he's the weakest part of the new Blade Runner.
Yeah, his part did make no sense.
When they said that they really wanted David Bowie to do it, I was like, oh, that would have been nice.
I feel like he's one of those. He gets the part just because he's the name that he is, not because
Yeah.
of his.
I don't doubt like he can make good performances, but when I watch him, I'm like,
if you like,
he's acting. Like when you watch some people, you're like, oh god, this is like so good. This character is so good. You forget that they're an actual actor portraying someone. Think that, oh, what a good person that is. Like everybody loves Steve off Stranger Things, but like
Yeah.
nobody knows anything about the guy in real life because they just forget he's acting as someone. But when you watch Jared Leto, it's like
you're watching Jared Leto be
it's like
someone
wow,
else.
he's really acting the shit out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Acting the
Shillable.
the
Shazam.
Shazam.
To be fair,
Yeah.
that is the case
Shazam.
in most of his films. But when in Dallas Buyers Club,
That's bad. I don't know.
But I feel like with Dallas Buyers Club, it's because he wasn't.
Yeah,
You kind of
in
forgot who he was because he wasn't.
because he looked different.
He looked different, whereas it is the mark of a good actor that you make the audience forget that it is you.
Yeah.
Because when I'm watching, say Men in Black, because it's there. When I'm watching that, I don't think that's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No.
I think this is the Men in Black.
no, I literally
don't
go,
know.
that's Will Smith. In every Will Smith film, it's
Even Tommy Lee
Will Smith.
Jones, even though he's like pretty much the same deadpan performance and everything, still very different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Subtle, very subtle actor.
yeah, and it makes you forget because they are good and they are a good actor. But I mean, yeah, I just don't like Jared Leto.
Ooh,
For a TV, Nice Guys headed for a TV reboot with a twist.
that could work. There isn't.
What's
song.
the twist?
I'd like it, but it would need to be someone on the same level as them
Yeah.
in acting capability.
So have you seen there's
Yeah,
a
you don't
TV
wanna-
show of
you
Lethal
don't wanna-
Weapon now?
There's one of Rush Hour as well.
Yeah. It's
Awful.
basically they've gone, alright, you're white with long hair, you're black, we can do this. And
Same.
with Rush Hour it was...
Same, you're Asian, you're black.
I think
Let's go.
I saw that advertising. It just
It looks
giant
terrible. It
pile
looks
of
so
crap.
bad.
Yeah.
It's just like that
Great TV.
starting white guy who's in it, like a starting actor who plays this character who's meant to be really cocky, and it's just like, oh.
Great TV show, Angie Tribeca. Brilliant comedy. It is a Naked
you
Gun.
like that, don't you?
It's the Naked Gun TV show.
We were
Just
watching it, so,
NCIS.
weren't we?
Yeah.
On the way to York recently on a long bus trip, we were just watching
Naked Gun.
and Angry Boys.
But Angie Tribeca is one of the best comedies. It's very underrated. I don't think it's in like its third season now. I've only just heard of it. Yeah, I've never heard of it, but it's NCIS Naked Gun comedy.
Fair.
It's really funny.
Death
if
of
you can
Stalin,
watch
I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
that sounds quite interesting.
It's out, isn't it?
Not sure. He's in a lot recently. He's in the Star Trek, isn't he? That geezer. Forgot his name. Ooh, new Predator. Predator looks litty.
I've not seen it. I didn't know the trailer was it.
It's Shane Black. He's back, baby.
It's also got like Thomas Jane in it, which
I've
You
not
like
seen the
Thomas
trailer
Jane?
actually.
I do like Thomas Jane. He's one of my favourite actors.
Should we give it a play?
This is the original Predator because they did like a 30th anniversary release in cinemas.
Oh, it's in the trees. Yeah, forget that then. The original one's good. I like it. Go to the chopper. Alright, we'll bang a song on. Coming to the end. As always, no, we're saving that one. As always, if you guess the soundtrack, please do comment on our Facebook or tweet us. So
we're gonna
far,
crisp high five.
Nobody's got it yet. We'll give you a clue. It's a musical. We've not played any of the big.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got class.
Also, another thing.
No, I wouldn't class it as a musical.
It's a musical.
No.
When the
it's
cast sing at least 2 songs, it's a musical.
not. No, because there's a different type of film.
Well, there's different types of musicals where
No.
they break into song, but it's a
This is a debate for after the song.
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way.
Have
It's
fun.
superfood.
No.
We're back.
That song ended abruptly.
Very
Abruptly. Right, so we've got about 20 minutes left before we have to start exporting the recording, so that's when the YouTube video, which will be up on Saturday. Plug. That's when that's going to be up.
Where's that going to be?
Oh, that's going to be on the Room podcast on YouTube. Thanks for asking, Sean.
Well, where can we find out when this goes up?
Oh, well, it's funny you should ask, because if you go on the Facebook page, the Room Pulse Media Radio Show,
Is there anywhere else we can find out?
maybe Twitter at the Room Pulse.
Thank God we have you here, Sean, for all these useful questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping playing.
We should get you to call in the future. Oh, this works. We haven't used it yet. We've got a
soundboard.
soundboard.
Yeah.
Apparently that works. But why would you want that when
Whoop, whoop.
you've got the simple mouse?
I mean, I guess it works for if you can actually have your
This
sound bites.
is Pulse Radio.
I mean, I feel like that soundbite is just like a rip off of like G6.
Doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't sound like G6. It's a
It
good
practically is.
Ooh, right, you were saying about Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. They're back in a big way because they're making a film
Woohoo.
about
Adaptation of The Martian?
No. It's his new book. Artemis. Artemis.
What did I say?
Artemis.
Artemis.
Yeah. It's in the same sort of universe. I think it's still sci-fi. Artemis. I was about to read it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm kind of excited for, but kind of not at the same time. Ready Player One.
Oh, yes, I am.
Well,
Yeah.
like, this is from the director who once said, when, if you can get to, like, level 7 of a video game and cry, then give me a call. So he's obviously not a fan of the genre
Is
of
this Spielberg?
Spielberg, yeah.
Well, it's a bit different because Ready Player One is just 80s culture. It's not just about it is about video games, but it's more just 80s
Culture.
pop culture. And
I feel like it's going to be too much, though. It's going to be too much going on. I'm gonna get a headache watching it.
There is a lot of Easter eggs.
As I say, you're going to be trying to spot all the nostalgia trips.
Have you read the book, Tom?
No, I have not. No.
I have
You've
the book
watched
if you want
it.
to lend it.
Yeah.
But the book is amazing. The only problem I have is watching the trailer. From what I can see in the trailer, there's 5 scenes, 2 of which are actually in the book, which I feel like Steven Spielberg is adding things to make it float and add more Easter eggs in. Like, I get that he know. Like, I'm not gonna knock the spiel. He knows what he's doing.
Knock the spiel.
Knock the spiel.
That's going to be one of our new segments. Knock the spiel.
He knows what he's doing.
Each week we have to come in and criticise one thing about Steven Spielberg. Sean started it off with
he's
adding
good.
scenes. I'm going to go with just the entirety of Hook. Bad film.
What?
I beg to
What?
differ.
Peter Pan?
Yeah,
Oh, the old
the
one?
Robin Williams.
Yeah, I like that.
No,
I
it
like
is.
that. I think it's a great
A
film.
great film. What is even wrong with you?
You mad?
I am very.
Yeah,
good,
and what's his
Like Robin
name?
Williams is good.
Dante Basco, absolutely outstanding actor.
You don't know who he is.
Yeah, I do. Jake the American Dragon, Zuko in Avatar: The Legend of Aang. I know who he is.
My bad.
Yeah, don't question me.
played.
He's a great actor.
Bloody.
Still crap though.
No, it's a great,
Great
film.
film.
What are you on about?
It's got Bob Hoskins in, so God bless.
Rest in peace.
What's that guy called? Who's
Remy Malek.
Remy Malek. Have you seen the
I've-
comparisons?
That's
with
it. That's it. There. That's
that's
Remy
it.
Malek.
Bang.
Yeah, he looks really good in the role.
It was Sacha Baron Cohen before it was Remy Malek. I'm quite glad that it
Yeah, I'm
went
quite
to
glad
him.
they
I
changed
don't know.
it.
He could have done it.
He could have
Yeah,
done
he
it, but I
definitely
couldn't.
Could you
have-
take him seriously?
Yeah,
No.
that's my thing.
Yeah, it would have been a caricature, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So
I feel
why
like
is Daniel Radcliffe even in this option here?
I guess because he's British and he sort of has the same face.
He doesn't though.
These would be the band members, I guess. He's from EastEnders, him.
Is it? I feel like it will be a good film. Who's directing this again?
Don't know actually. I
He's
should
a
have a look.
big director, I
I
think.
think it's called Queen.
It's
If you just
Bohemian
Google
Rhapsody.
it.
Cool, Bohemian.
Remy Malek is a great actor.
He
Mr.
is.
Robot is
I've
probably
not seen Mr. Robot. Like,
one of the best shows on
I
TV.
watched a
I've heard
film the
great
other day
things about
called.
Night of the Museum. He's great at that as well.
Fantastic film.
Legendary role.
It was on
Outstanding.
it was on Netflix, and I should probably save this for our Netflix show. But
Netflix.
Netflix. It was on
What,
the
Vampires
It was
Visit?
on the neck.
Jesus
Flickerus.
Christ.
It was called.
We never have him back,
Is it?
please.
Like a vampire food bank.
Buster's Malheart. Very weird. Very like certain type of Irish director film. Oi, was that Pudsey?
Fuck, what is it?
Right. Sorry. Apologies
Sorry,
for that
apologies for the
swearing.
language.
Sorry, Pudsey.
And what's this vampire?
Don't.
Oh God, Tom.
Please explain.
This isn't a vampire film. It's about a guy who's like, becomes convinced that the world's going to end. It's like told like in 3 different stages of his life, like after it's all gone wrong, before it all goes wrong, and like some bit in between that you don't really know about. It's very weird, but kind of interesting. It's on Netflix.
Is it sort of like similar to that film about the guy who just goes off onto the land, finds his bus and dies?
No, that's a great film. You mean Into the Wild?
Yeah, that one.
No, because that's a real story about Christopher McCandless.
Have you ever seen Swiss Army Man?
Yeah, I love that film. Tom, there's a quote on one of our shows where Tom's like, "I refuse to watch that show. I will not watch it. It's awful." So have you seen it? He's like, "No." I was like, "Why won't you watch it, Tom?" And he's like, "Because it's about a man farting."
Yeah, I've only watched the first 20 minutes, and because he farted, I was like, I need to watch this, but I had to leave, and I've never went back to it, but I really want to watch
It's
it.
really good. It gets really emotional.
Yeah, isn't the whole soundtrack a cappella?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's like,
I really, one, I don't like Daniel Radcliffe. I don't think he's
but
a
he
good
Great
plays
actor.
a dead
He's
body.
not.
You don't
He
like
is a great actor.
do you not like Harry Potter?
No, not really.
I didn't like Harry Potter, but he is a great actor.
But then also, it's just a bit where Daniel Radcliffe is a jet ski with the power of farts.
Man,
And
it's,
he
it's,
also-
He's a Swiss Army man.
He's a
Tom.
compass.
Do you
with
ever
the
think that
power
this
of
stuff isn't-
boners.
this stuff isn't real, but maybe it's just in someone's head or something like that, Tom?
Tom, you watch Alien and you're like, yeah, that could happen.
I mean, no, I don't. But
But so why are you so hung up on this?
A man
You-
farted.
Yeah, man.
If
farting
you
and
watched
being a
it,
jet
Tom,
ski.
you'd enjoy it.
I think you
sure,
will.
I'll give it a go.
Give it a go. It's
the
really
way
good.
They
I
were
would watch
selling
it.
it was just
Paul
like,
Dano's really good in it. He's a really underrated actor.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Beach Boys film? What's it called? Good
Beach Boys, the film.
No, I think it's called Good Vibrations. I'll have to check.
It probably is.
Um,
While you're saying that, a good TV show, Dirk Gently.
What?
Dirk Gently, the holistic detective. He's a detective that solves crimes
Love and Mercy. Sorry.
just by chance. He
I feel like that would
he's
get
just
old, wouldn't it? Quick.
He's just always he's
It's
always
just
in the
like-
right place at the right time, and it's Elijah Wood,
So it's like Scooby Doo.
sort of,
But when
but it's
the
not.
guy accidentally falls over and reveals
It's
that
a
he's
lot darker.
And I would have got away for it if it
It's
wasn't
a
for
lot
you.
darker than that. It's a BBC show.
That's
Well,
cool.
BBC America, but it's on Netflix. It's a really good show. Elijah Wood. I don't know anyone else that's in it. Yeah, but Elijah Wood's amazing in it, and he's
Yeah,
a
amazing.
holistic detective that solves things just by chance. Like things just happen to him, and he solves things. Things just happen. And there's a few other people that are like him throughout the show. It's really good. Get a watch. Yeah. So what were you talking about?
Love and Mercy. Brian Wilson biopic. He's like a guy, well, obviously the lead singer of Beach Boys. He also suffers from, I can't remember what he has now.
Yeah,
Parkinson's, polio.
No, it's more like
syphilis.
schizophrenia or something.
Oh.
But it's played like in the two stories running parallel, and one of them is by Paul Dano and the other is John Cusack. And like one of them is about him in his heyday when he starts to go crazy, and then him washed up and alone, and he meets like this car salesman, and then he's
What
managing
was
to
John
try and
Cusack in recently?
I'm trying to get his IMDb up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's quite a famous actor.
Yeah, he was in something that I can't remember. what it was.
2012. What year did that come out again?
2011.
2009.
Oh.
Distorted, Single Anony, Blood Money, Arsenal, Cell,
Hot Tub Time Machine, that was it. No, it wasn't.
Dragon Blade, Wall Street,
I think it might have been in Singularity.
Love and Mercy. That's what's good. I thought it said Die Hard.
A film my friend was watching in the house the other day that just slipped right under my radar. Something the Joneses. It was
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Gal Gadot, John Hamm,
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis.
I've seen the trailer for that.
Isla Fisher.
Yeah,
Isla
Is
Fisher.
it any good? Because I saw the advert for it and it looks terrible.
I caught it maybe like 10-15 minutes in. I watched the full thing. It is one of those standard comedies. Like, you know how every Christmas you get like a Daddy's Home sort of thing. It's one of those kind of comedies, but good one. Not a Daddy's Home.
fair.
It is a good sort of like, it's a Mr. and Mrs. Joe. What's the Brad Pitt and Angelina? Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
It's that, but from the perspective of the next door neighbours.
Fair.
And
Fair.
Zach Galifianakis and Ayla Fisher are the next door neighbours. But Gal Gadot and Ayla Fisher make out in it. That's one reason to watch it. Gal Gadot is an amazing woman.
Yeah.
She was in the army.
Yeah, she's in the Israeli like special
Yeah, but
forces, isn't
somebody
she?
turned around and said
All-
that they have to.
Yeah, all women have to do
serve
it.
some sort
Yeah.
of-
Oh yeah.
So-
But
All people-
imagine her shooting you. I wouldn't shoot back.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, surrender.
I couldn't shoot back.
If I had seen into the future
Prison.
and watched Wonder Woman, then I would have been like all forces on.
I don't think she looks that good in Wonder Woman.
She
She looks better not in Wonder Woman.
No, I was saying. how
Imagine
it's
in
like-
a military outfit. Wow.
Oh,
Happy
testosterone
days.
and penises have taken over, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm about to tell me you haven't taken over because you're a penis.
Ah!
He's a penis. That's fine.
Do you know Tom's a PT? Penis
PT.
trainer.
I did not do it. We haven't had any sound bites this week.
No, we haven't.
Apologies if this show has been.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I don't know.
Well,
What the words-
below our normal.
I was going to say it's not been bad, but I just wanted season 2 to be great. But we're still getting to terms with the systems. It's going to take us a week or so to get into it. That was impressive.
I think it's just.
Should we go for the big hits now, seeing as nobody's guessed it?
Yeah.
Not a single person in this world has guessed it. Yeah, let's go for this one.
Is this the end?
Yeah, is this the last song? 'Cause-
Are we coming back
No.
after this?
Yeah, we're going to come
Yeah,
back.
okay.
We'll come back and then we'll say our goodbyes and we'll stop the recording for the
Podcast.
YouTube, but
YouTube.
the podcast YouTube,
The YouTube
which can be found
podcast.
at
Where do you find it?
The Room
Ha, ha,
Podcast.
ha.
I swear we've
Right.
had more plugs
On
than
YouTube.
actual conversations on this.
You can also follow them on the Room Pulse Media on Facebook.
At the Room Pulse.
At the Room Pulse.
You should take your own advice, Sean.
I should also plug myself. You can follow me at Sean Timmins
I'm
on
just
every
gonna-
platform.
I'm just going to
Because branding.
edit over that.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I don't really care.
Shout out to all our fans listening.
Shout out to my
There
mum.
is some way we can work out how many people are listening.
There is.
We're just
Oi,
we just
yeah.
not figured it out yet. It's
Oh.
something on here. They just said don't touch that, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
And then they also, it's good advice to live by, kids. When people say don't touch that, don't touch it.
Look at Kevin Spacey.
The title of this is definitely going to be Kevin Spacey. I'm going to skip through the video, and it's definitely going to be Kevin Spacey.
It's gonna be. Do you like laying on top of boys?
Yeah,
You're welcome.
that was so weird.
I mean, that'll be a good title to hand in for your extended research project.
Yeah.
Here you go, Linda. So, oh yeah, I'll explain that after we get back as well.
Yeah. Go on, play this one.
This is a bit of a giveaway.
You want to go? All right. That was a good class.
So we're back. I'm just going to wrap up the podcast now. So if everybody wants to say goodbye,
Bye from me.
don't go if you're listening to the stream. I'm just like stopping a recording so we can export it. So it's bye from me, Tom, Gregor, and Sean.
Cheerio.
Yeah, boy. Hopefully we're
Thanks
back
for
soon.
coming in, Sean.
No
tune,
problem.
in,
I'll-
tune in this time next week, next Saturday for another.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah, you know the links by now.
Instagram.
Instagram,
We don't
need
have
an
Instagram.
Snapchat,
We need an Instagram.
MySpace,
Yeah.
Bebo,
Our Instagram
Club
is
Penguin,
Josh
Habbo
Rinks.
Hotel,
Rams,
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 Hotel.
Rams.